Welcome. This is Pat Badgett with local cable channel 10. We're located here today at 231 West Broadway, the opening, or 231 Broadway, whichever, the opening of the Tin Ceiling, one of the shops that's beginning its business here on Broadway, and we're very excited about it. We're going to have the ribbon cutting ceremonies today, and we have with us Mr. Bill Crumbaugh, his wife Fran, and Mr. Gene Bowers. And Mr. Bowers is the owner-operator of the Tin Ceiling, and we're going to talk to them and get a little bit of information as to how we got here. Bill, give us a little background on you.
Good morning, Pat. First of all, thanks for being here. We appreciate that very much. We bought this building about 6 months ago, and at the time we bought it, we had in mind for the whole block of Broadway of opening up some type of specialty shop, something that would take advantage of the Old Capitol, the tour groups that come in from many different states to tour the Old Capitol. And with that in mind, we talked about what type of specialty shop we thought that we might have the opportunity to open up. And in the process of talking about this, we, through a friend, met Gene and Marge Bowers. And Gene won't brag on himself, so I'll brag on him a little bit. Gene was the director of the crafts industry at Berea College for 9 years. And in doing that, also managed all of the craft shops in Berea College. And so when we met Gene and found out his credentials, we felt like this would just be a magnificent opportunity for Gene and his wife and for Fran and myself to take advantage of. And so we decided at that point in time to open up the Tin Ceiling, which is an Appalachian crafts and antique shop.
Fran, I know you're always there behind Bill. This isn't the first time we've been with Bill. What's your part in this?
Well, I'm going to work part-time in the shop with Gene and Marge, and I've always been interested in arts and crafts, so I'm just excited to have the opportunity to learn from Gene and Marge more about the craft.
I know we're excited. This is a big plus for Frankfort, and I'm tickled because we've been pushing so hard for the tourism industry, and this is going to be another plus to bring the tourists in. Gene, you're an old native of Frankfort, I understand.
Right.
You and Marge are at home right now. What kind of crafts, we're talking about Appalachian crafts, what type of crafts do you have in your shop?
Well, this was an opportunity for Marge and I to do something that we'd always wanted to do, and that was select from the leading craftsmen of the state of Kentucky and Appalachia to have a shop that was an exclusive shop with the best handcrafts that comes from the Appalachian area. And as a result, we have chosen from 90% of our crafts are from Kentucky. The other comes from the Appalachian group, which covers 9 states. Most of them are members of the Southern Highland Guild, the Kentucky Guild of Artists and Craftsmen, and the Blue Ridge Hearthside Guild. And we have selected many one-of-a-kind items and have many exclusives, not only for the state, but for Frankfort exclusively. We're very proud of what we've been able to accomplish here. Much help through Bill and Fran in making sure that everything was just right to have one of the finest shops in the state.
Well, I know the shop is exciting. I took a sneak preview. Also located here on Broadway is Poor Richard's Bookstore. Dr. Richard Taylor is a professor at Kentucky State University, and he's going to be opening his store right next door to the Tin Ceiling, right?
Right. Fran and I have just recently had the opportunity to meet Richard and Liz. We've gotten to know them real well and have had lots of fun times together, plus we've done a lot of hard work together. And I think their shop that's moving up here is just going to be a real asset. The atmosphere of their shop geared toward the turn of the century idea and theme is just really nice and just a real nice touch.
Dr. Taylor also mentioned that we could come in and browse around. If we wanted to, we could read. There's so many places that say, you know, don't read the material, you'll have to buy it. And that interested me because I'd really have to read just a little bit to see what I'm getting into.
Right.
We know that you're going to have some celebrities here today. Could you tell us who's going to take part in your ribbon cutting ceremony?
Well, Lois Matuse will be here at 10 o'clock to help us cut the ribbon, and we're hoping that Phyllis George Brown will be here at 10 o'clock also. We know her schedule is very, very tight, but she has told us that tentatively she's planning on being here, and I think she's planning on taking a tour of the Gooch House with you all and with the mayor to see the progress that's going on over there too.
Great. We're all excited about that. We'd like to invite you to stay with us for a little while longer and visit with some of the celebrities here in Frankfort on Broadway across from the old state capitol. I think think he must have gone on back, so it must be 10:30.
Let's all slide in behind here. John, I'm afraid you and Gene and I might break your hand.
Well,
Let's put a little slack in it.
I hope somebody has a pair.
Got the scissors. Hey Dave, you got any scissors?
You might have to run around and buy a pair.
Great.
Where should I cut it? Right in the middle? Or?
Right in the middle.
Wherever the lucky place is.
Congratulations and welcome to Frankfurt. We're so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oops, there we go. Master of ceremony.
Would y'all like to come in and browse now? Well, I will say a word or two. We would certainly like to thank Mrs. Brown for taking time out of her busy schedule to come by to cut the ribbon, to open the shop. We feel like this is the first of what we hope will be many, many very nice shops on Broadway. We feel like we're going to create something that'll just be a very enjoyable place for people to come shop, and we thank you.
It is absolutely beautiful inside, and it's so pleasing to me to come to Frankfurt and see an authentic Appalachian craft shop open with handmade things right here from our own state. We sold Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus, and then everybody back home caught on. Then it's probably one of our greatest assets that we have in this state. And I'm very proud of all of you connected with this store. I see a dozen things in here that I have not seen in all my travels, and so I may purchase a few little things for Lincoln and myself.
Good.
Particularly baskets. You have some of the most beautiful, tightly woven baskets I've ever seen. And these things are heirlooms, everyone, and it's worth your time and your money to purchase something, because you can pass these on down to your children and their children's children and show them just how important Kentucky and the craftsmen are. We're having a revitalization of handmade things and Americana things, and it's just time to start selling America again and reinvesting our time and our money in America. China and Hong Kong and Taiwan, that's okay, you know, 20 years from now, but let's get back to the basics, and you have the basics right in here. Come on in.
Dr. Richard Taylor, we're in front of Poor Richard's bookstore, right?
Right.
Give us a little-
233 West Broadway.
Give us a little information what you have in the store.
We're a general bookstore, I suppose with a bias towards literary materials, although we try to satisfy the general reader. I guess our premise of operation is that we supply books. If we don't have it, we will get it for you.
What made you decide to come to Broadway?
Well, one, I have a sort of lifelong interest in the preservation of old buildings. What better place to come in Frankfurt than to Broadway, which is a remarkable 19th century facade of 19th century commercial buildings. We're delighted to be here.
We're delighted to have you here. It's an exciting day to have the First Lady with us, and we're excited about your store. As I said earlier, the thing about Richard's store is you can go in and browse, and you can sit down and read and enjoy the whole atmosphere. It's a tremendous store, so come on down and visit them while they're having their open house today from 10 until 5 this afternoon. Dr. Taylor, thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat.